Hello. Today we are going to walk you through creating estimates and invoices in altraCRM. altraCRM lets you create estimates and invoices while you also share them with your customers via the customer dashboard access. How to share it via customer dashboard access and how can a customer view it? We have already explained it in a couple of our other videos. So today we are going to take you through these four steps. One is the creating estimates, how to create invoices, converting the same estimates into invoices, and also the settings through which you can set certain parameters of invoices and estimates. Coming to the dashboard, you can find estimates and invoices under the sales and report section. As you can see, estimates and invoices. Let me take you through estimates. Now you can see all the estimates that have been created right in this section. You have the estimate number, the amount, total tax, customer whom this estimate is linked to, the project of that particular customer which the estimate is linked to, tags, and also date, expiry date, reference number. You can also find the status of these estimates, whether it's still under draft, whether it has been sent, accepted by customer, or declined or expired as well. You can also quickly see the status of all these by clicking on this button. It gives you a quick summary of how much of amount is still under draft, how much is sent, and etc. You can also select multiple years as well. Let's say, for example, if you have to see the data of 2021, you can just select 2021 and you can see all the data. Now you can also click the button for it to get hidden. You also have filter right on the right section where you can filter these based on the status, how many are sent, how many are expired, and many more. You can also click on all to see all the estimates right over here. You can also quickly click on any of the estimates to give a quick preview. In this quick preview, you can see whom is this estimate sent to, what are the details for which this estimate has been raised, and also note terms and conditions. You also can go ahead and create tasks under each and every estimate. Now let's say, for example, I will select new task. I'm going to add a particular task. Convert to invoice. Probably I can have a start date or end date. It can be on the same date. Priority, I can set the priority of the task, whether it is a repeatable task or no, related to this estimate. Assignee, who am I going to assign this? You can also assign it to multiple people as well, and any followers who has to keep a check on this particular task. You can also add the description right below. Now, as you can see, the task is added. You can also add the checklist and also add comments for each and every task as well. Now you can see the task being added over here for this particular estimate. Similarly, you can click on any of the estimates in this preview and you can set whether you have to set a reminder, whether you want to add notes, whether you want to view tracking, full screen, and also you have a couple of other options. For example, you can view it in a PDF. Now let me showcase it to you in PDF format. As you can see, this is the estimate in PDF format. You can download or you can also print the PDF right over there. Similarly, you can also download and print it via this tab. You can also email, and you have a couple of other options also. View estimate as a customer. How will your customer view this estimate? You can attach files to this estimate, mark it as draft, and also change the status of the estimate. You can also convert it to an invoice by clicking on this. You want to send it or save it as draft or just convert it, you have these options as well. Now, in order to view a full estimate, you can also click on the view button and you can preview it here. You can also accept or decline or download the estimate as well. Now, by clicking on the edit button, you can get inside an estimate and you can edit them as well. Whether you want to add a reference number, change the sales agent, add some discount, estimate date, expiry date, and also add the items or services for which you are creating this estimate. I'll showcase how exactly that is done while I create a new estimate. Now let me go ahead and quickly create a new estimate. To create a new estimate, all I need to do is click on New Estimate button here. Once I come in, I can select to which particular customer am I creating this estimate. How to add a customer has already been explained in a couple of our other videos. Now let me select a particular customer. Which project is this associated with? I can either select a project or I don't even have to select a project. Project is not a compulsion. Now estimate number. This is automatically set from the backend. We will showcase it to you in the end of the video on how to set this. Estimate date, let me create it as today, and expiry date, probably I'll give it 1 month. Currency have already been selected as USD, as that's the base currency set in the settings. I can also add tags. I can also add sales agent, discount type, whether it's a before tax or after tax, reference number, any note to the admin, and now these are the services for which I am creating this estimate. Click over here. I can select predefined items, which are the services. I can click on any of them. Automatically, the description, the item, the quantity, the rate, everything is going to come over here. Once it comes, all I need to do is click on the tick mark and it is going to get attached. So similarly, I can select multiple services as well. I can also go ahead and change the content over here if I have to do some editing. I can also delete, I can add, etc. I can also change the name and I can also change the costing over here. If I have to increase the quantity of the service, I can also go ahead and change it. All I need to do in the end is click on the tick button. As you can see, the costing is added. Now, I have gone ahead and selected discount type as before tax. I can go ahead, I can either give it as percentage or fixed amount. Now let me add a 10% discount. As you can see, it has reduced $1,490 and the total sum will be showcased over here. Now, the items are pre-added. Before I showcase, you can also go ahead and add any particular service which are not there in the system. Now let's say I need to add for transportation charges. I can also add description for the same. Add pricing, also whether tax is applicable or no. So I can also create items by typing it right over here. Now client notes and terms and conditions are already showcased over here. These are again predefined in the settings tab. So you can also go ahead and edit client note over here, or you can just have it preset in the background. We will showcase it to you how to do that as well in the end. Now terms and conditions. Now that everything is added, all I need to do is save and send, or save and send later. Now let me go ahead and click on save button. As you can see, the estimate is created for $14,040. You can see all the details over here as well. Similarly, you can go ahead and add tasks, set reminders. As we mentioned, you can also go ahead and click on set reminder. I can set a reminder for, let's say, 1st of February to Karan Shah. Description, contact customer. Also send an email for this reminder to Karan Shah. I can click on that and I can click on the save button. Now you can see the reminder has been set. This is how simple it is to go ahead and create estimates. Now that we have showcased you creating estimates, next is creating invoices. For invoices, all you need to do is come to sales and reports and click on invoice section. Most of the features remains the same. You have quick summary, you have filter option. You can also click on any of the invoices to get a quick preview. In this, you can also see tasks, reminders and notes. And also you have another section which says payments, because these invoices you can also record if in case a customer has made a payment as well. Before I go there, let me showcase you how to create an invoice. You can click on the new invoice button. In this, who is the customer whom you are creating this invoice to? Any particular project? If the customer already has another invoice, you can also merge the invoice by selecting this. Once you select, both the invoice is going to get merged automatically. Now I'm going to leave it aside. Invoice number, it's automatically taking in. Invoice date and due date, you can set the due date as well. And as you can see, how are you accepting payments, whether it's bank, check, federal, transfer, PayPal. You can also go ahead and connect your payment gateway as well. This has been explained in another video. You can also add tags. Sales agent, Ryan Parker. You also have an option to create recurring invoices, whether this invoice have to be sent to the customer monthly once, or any of the timeline below, 6 months once, or even every 1 year. In fact, you can also add a custom timeline with number of days or number of years as well. Now let's say 2 years once, and automatically the cycle will keep repeating. You can also select infinity, wherein every 2 years this invoice is going to get generated, or you can set it as next 2 cycles this invoice have to be created. So that means after 2 years and again another after 2 years. So over 4 years, this invoice is going to get created via the recurring invoice option. Similarly, you can also go ahead, add the services for which you are charging them. You can also charge them by hours. You can add hourly rate or by quantity. As you can see, once you select, the hours and quantity is going to change, or quantity and hours. Depending on what kind of service you're providing, you can select these as well. Now, once you have, you can also add discounts and client note terms and conditions, which are already preset. Now, once this is done, either you can save it as draft or you can save and send as well. Now, as you can see, the invoice has been created. Now, you also have child invoices. If in case there are multiple invoices attached to this particular customer, you have tasks. Let me showcase you an existing invoice. Now, let's say this is an existing invoice. You want to mention that this payment has been received over this invoice. All you need to do is click on the payment option. Now, out of the overall due of $8,632, you can select saying $3,632 have already been paid. Payment date, you can select when was the payment made. You can also add the transaction ID. You can also leave a note. Do not send invoice payment recorded email to customer contacts. So you can also check or uncheck this depending on whether you want to send this email to the customer or no. Once you save it, the payment gets recorded. You can also add payment method or notes if in case you want to, or you can directly go ahead, download, view as PDF, or you can print it as well. I'm going to click on save right now. Now the payment has been done. Now, as you can see, let me click on DQ Investments invoice again. You can see the payment section over here. The payment which we noted will be showcased right over here. You can also edit or you can delete. So similarly, for every invoice, you can record if in case you have already received a payment. Now, for example, for this invoice, as you can see, there has been 4 part payments made. When, the date, the payment mode, and amount are all showcased under payment section. So this is a partially paid. That means there are still certain amount of payment that needs to be done with respect to this particular invoice. Now this is how we create invoices. You can also click on recurring invoices and it will only showcase you the recurring invoices which has been created. It will also show you cycles remaining. The 3 are infinity, and then the 2 is the one which we created just now. And also if in case it has any last child invoice date, it will also showcase you that. Now let me go back. This is how an invoice is created. So we have successfully showcased you how to create invoice as well. Now, how do we convert estimates into invoice? Let me go to the estimate section. In this, you can click on any of the invoices or any of the estimates. Now, let me click on the estimate. You have an option right over here which says convert to invoice. So all you need to do is click on this. Either you want to convert and save as draft or convert, you can automatically select any of the options. Once it's done, it will automatically say estimate converted to invoice. As you can see, this is the particular estimate which has been now converted into an invoice. So this estimate won't be visible in the estimate section anymore, but it will automatically come to the invoice section. So whenever you share an estimate to the customer and it has to be converted into an invoice, all you need to do is go to estimates and click on an estimate and click on the convert button, and automatically it will get converted as an invoice. This has been showcased as well. Now, invoice and estimate settings. Before I go to invoice and estimate settings, as you were seeing, there was a section which said add item. So all these are already preset items. So let me explain you how can you preset these items or services whenever you're creating estimates or invoice. All you need to do is click on sales and report, and you can see the items section. Click on that. In this items section, you can see the previously set items or services already mentioned over here. You can also group them depending on, let's say, if a company has multiple services. If in case it's an ad agency, probably they would do social media ads, they would do third-party website ads, SEO, SEM, many more. So similarly, you can group them. Now, you can see in this company, branding and marketing is a group, business consultation, business development. So you have multiple groups. All you need to do in order to create a group is click on the groups, and you can add a new group right over here. Sales consultation, I am going to create a new group. Now the new group is created, as you can see. Now in order for me to create a new item, all I need to do is click on invoice item. I can add the description. I will give a description. I can also add longer description for the same. I can mention the amount of what are the charges for this particular service, tax if applicable, unit, whether it's one unit or multiple units, and item group. It comes under sales consultation, so I'm going to save this. As you can see, this particular item is created. Now, as we left the long description empty, it is now going to showcase over here. So this is how you can create an item. Not just individually, you can also import items by clicking on this import item section. Once you click on this, it will ask you to upload a CSV file. You also have a sample document right over here. Once you click on the sample document, automatically it is going to get downloaded into your system. It is going to be a CSV file with these columns. All you need to do is add description, sample data, long description, rate, tax, unit, and group. Once you have added the content, you just need to upload the file, and automatically you can import the sample document. Now you can add multiple data with respect to the items by importing this particular CSV file. Now let me go ahead and open an estimate, new estimate. Now as you can see, sales consultation, sales lead generation and conversion. This item automatically comes over here. As I mentioned, once you add long description, even the long description will be showcased over here. This is how you create or preset the services or items in the altraCRM. All you need to do is go to sales and reports and go to item section. Now let me take you through the settings option. You need to click on more. You need to go to settings. In settings, you need to click on finance. In this, as you can see, under finance, you have estimates. This is where you go ahead and you set a prefix what is the prefix that you want for each and every estimate number. The estimate number module, it has to start from 110 or 220, or let's say 10, 15. You can set the number over here. Estimate due, this is the minimum estimate due. Once you click on the question mark, you can also get details about what that means. Delete estimate allowed only on last invoice. So you have many more settings right over here. Show sale agent on estimates, show project name on estimates. So you can preset all these in this option. Estimate format, number format, and yes, predefined client note and predefined terms and conditions, which you are able to see under an estimate as well as under an invoice. This is where you preset the details right over here. Similarly, you can also go to invoice, and you can see you can set invoice number prefix. You can also change it based on your company name. Now let's say Dart Solutions, and then the number can start with 10. So you can set these prefixes right over here. And you also have the settings for invoices mentioned right over here, which also includes predefined client note as well as predefined terms and conditions. This is where you do the settings for both estimates and invoice. This is under more. Under settings option, and under settings you have finance. In finance you have invoices and estimates. This is where you do the settings for invoices and estimates. So we have successfully covered items, adding an item, importing, and also invoice and estimate settings. If you still have issues with these features, reach out to our chat support on our website and we'll be happy to help you further. Thanks for watching.